Hello and welcome to Interview Kickstart. My name is Ashish and I'm one of the instructors teaching the full stack development curriculum here. Today, I'm very excited to give you an overview of this program to you. The objective of the full stack program at Interview Kickstart is to prepare candidates working as full stack engineers to transition to tier 1 companies such as Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and Facebook. These roles require horizontal as well as vertical expertise across both front-end applications and back-end services. Successful candidates emerging from such background design, code, and maintain complete web applications and services. It is no secret that top-tier companies target candidates having skills like strong technical background, excellent communication, and ability to lead and participate in team settings. This program is intended to equip you with such skills and expertise in building both the front-end applications as well as back-end services. This comprehensive program supplements the traditional technical coaching with lab exercises and take-home activities. Weekly Q&A sessions enable candidates to resolve any doubts with our experienced instructors in a personalized setting. Our instructors hold decades of experience in successfully leading technical teams, defining competencies for potential hires, and evaluating candidate performances in interviews. They've also been an integral part of hiring committees, providing hiring recommendations, and defining hiring practices. Our signature interview training involves mock interviews with our experienced instructors, thorough and candid feedback arising out of these interviews, and best way to strategize and optimize your interview performance for best results. As part of the program, you get access to IK Library containing extensive resources around technical and behavioral interview skills. At Interview Kickstart, we are committed to assist you in improving your prospects by refining your resume and LinkedIn profiles. Let's take a look at the program milestones and timelines. The full stack program at Interview Kickstart spans about 13 weeks. It requires about 8 to 10 hours of effort per week by the candidates to be successful. Each week, you review the foundational course material containing key concepts prior to the live classes. Live classes perform thorough deep dive into core concepts and highlight potential interview questions. To assess your own understanding of the subject, you undertake weekly quizzes and tests. This is followed by a live Q&A session where instructors articulate potential solutions to the problems and answer your questions. 13 weeks of program execution covers comprehensive deep dives in various segments of full stack development. The first 5 weeks prepares the candidates for core data structures and algorithms that are essential tools for solving any coding problem. This lays the foundation for candidates to demonstrate their problem-solving skills as generic software developers. Thereafter, the program progresses from backend to frontend, covering the entire full stack spectrum. The next 3 weeks are devoted to system design and architecting highly scalable and resilient distributed services serving large-scale traffic. The program goes above and beyond traditional backend design and covers design principles that meets the emerging market requirements. The next 5 weeks of the course focuses on the front-end concepts such as developing new user interfaces, optimizing web pages for maximum speed and scalability, managing state in front-end applications, and using deployment techniques such as CDNs for efficient content delivery. Most tier 1 companies require candidates to possess solid understanding of the core computer science concepts before assessing them for any domain-specific roles. The full stack program is shaped around providing such competencies to candidates before diving into any back-end or front-end development concepts. This module focuses on frequently used algorithms such as sorting, recursion, and dynamic programming. Since algorithms are designed using data structures, the course also discusses commonly used data structures such as stacks, queues, trees, and graphs. The module discusses their operational efficiency as well as conditions and trade-offs for their application in various situations. By the end of this module, students will be able to design algorithms using the most optimal data structures and assess their runtime complexity. The second module focuses on designing different types of backend systems suited to unique operating situations. In this module, we examine online systems that serves as a foundation for transactional and real-time systems. Next, we discuss systems that provide efficiency, batch processing the data and operations. Such batch processing systems leverage concepts such as queuing, batching, and aggregate processing. We also discuss use cases where online and batch processing systems overlap and interoperate, leveraging strengths of both designs. Finally, the module discusses best practices to design APIs and model data based on usage characteristics of the system and front-end applications. Now let's take a look at a more detailed view of what comprises the full stack curriculum at Interview Kickstart. We start this discussion by looking at databases that represents the persistence layer in your full stack architecture. Then we look at API design and implementation that constitutes the gateway between your front end and the back end communication. We then move on to the cloud and the cloud practices and how to host your solutions on the cloud using the best practices. We then move on to the front end, discussing JavaScript and web development and how to author modern and scalable web applications. Finally, we target the UI system design that comprises the architect's view of your front-end applications in various interviews. We start our discussion of full stack curriculum by taking a look at databases. Databases constitute the persistence layer within your full stack architecture. We learn about the different types of databases and their use cases where they're more optimized in their application. We take a look at SQL fundamentals, which constitute relation algebra and the database views, helpful for your SQL queries in your interviews. We then look at ORM, or object relational mapping. There are frameworks that decouple your application logic from your database logic. We also look at several database organizational patterns that separate your transactional layer from the analytics layer of your big data. We also look at database internals, constituting concepts like query optimizer and executor, and how we can better optimize our database usage. Finally, we discuss how we can run databases in cloud, the replication techniques, and how to deliver the best performance to the consumers. The next module covers API design and implementation. In this module, we discuss various communication protocols such as HTTP, REST, and GraphQL. We discuss the operational efficiency and the use cases of each protocol. In this module, we also take a look at authentication and authorization, which are core components of your security when doing API design and implementation. We also look at common threats and ways to mitigate those threats and keeping your infrastructure secure. Finally, we take a look at how to test your APIs more effectively using best practices. The next module discusses cloud computing and infrastructure. In this module, we look at various cloud concepts such as cloud native and reassess our tooling for improving the overall developer productivity and accuracy. We also look at some infrastructure tools that improves our overall stability in cloud. We look at how to create infrastructure via code so as to best replicate our environments accurately across various cloud segments. In this module, we also look at how to interact with databases in cloud and how to prevent certain common scenarios such as the hug of death. Finally, we look at how to use cloud more prudently and balance performance with cost. The JavaScript and web development module focuses on using JavaScript as a full stack development language, agnostic of the execution environment. We learn about browser's document object model and how to represent visual hierarchies using the DOM. Next, we look at how we can leverage JavaScript as a language to facilitate several operations in our web applications related to authorizing and securing user sessions and information, securely preserving information in sessions for our users, maintaining secure connections and dynamically update pages in our web applications, and using events to respond to user-related actions on our websites. We also look at some advanced techniques around tracking user sessions using iframes for inter-site connectivity. The UI system design module is an architect's view of your application and services. In this module, we learn how to think and act like a front-end architect and a technical lead. We discuss principles for designing and developing reusable UI components and the merit of using stateless versus stateful components in various application scenarios. We also look at how to manage state and use various frameworks like React and Angular to author modern web applications. We learn how to perform trade-offs, evaluate options, and analyze business impact of our architecture. We also look at some emerging industry trends around front-end engineering and surrounding domains such as AI and ML. Finally, we look at some case studies that are real life and impact the way we design and implement large-scale UI system designs. IK's full-stack curriculum is one of its kind. It offers extensive career coaching in addition to technical and behavioral interview training. We prepare candidates on how to shape their resumes and LinkedIn profiles to get noticed by hiring managers from top companies. IK's Salary Negotiation Masterclass equip candidates with tools to assess similar offers across the industry in terms of level, compensation, and growth opportunities. Finally, we discuss interview strategies which, when applied, puts candidate in equal maneuvering spot as interviewers in competitive hiring landscape. At IK, we have instructors from top-notch companies with decades of experience in interviewing candidates, preparing interview questions to test various competencies, and making hiring decisions in committees. To make use of our knowledge gained in this course and for self-assessment, we provide 15 mock interview sessions. These sessions test diverse technical and behavioral competencies in real interview settings and provide in-depth interview feedback. We are excited in sharing this overview with you and help you succeed through experience that we have gained over the years. At many points in our career, we've also been on the other side of the table as candidates. We look forward to working with you at Interview Kickstart. With that, we are excited to meet you soon and hope you have a great time in our class.